Hey, welcome back to the deep dive. Sometimes a single musician comes along and they don't just play notes, they actually reshape the entire soundscape.
Hmm.
Today we're diving deep into the life and, well, unparalleled legacy of one such titan, Michael Brecker.
Yeah,
His name isn't just synonymous with jazz saxophone, it's really about pushing boundaries and a sound that truly changed everything.
absolutely. And for this deep dive, we've gone through excerpts from The Beautiful Life of tenor saxophone virtuoso Michael Brecker.
Right.
And we're trying to pull out those essential insights. We want to understand not just his, well, undeniable genius as a musician, his incredible innovations,
Of course.
but also the personal resilience and actually the deep humanitarian spirit that really defined his later years.
15 Grammy Awards. Just think about that for a second.
Incredible.
Plus his pioneering work with the electronic wind instrument, EWI, right?
Yeah, the EW.
And appearing on like almost 900 albums across like every genre you can imagine.
Mhm.
Jazz, rock, pop, funk. So when you look at numbers and impact like that,
Yeah.
what does it immediately tell you about Michael Brecker?
Well, it tells you he wasn't just a master of his instrument. He was a musical force of nature, a chameleon, really.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who could seamlessly integrate into any setting, but always, elevate the music with his unique voice.
Right.
And that's kind of what we want to uncover, what made him such a revered figure both on and off the stage.
So where do you even begin with a talent like Michael Brecker? I mean, you really have to go back to his roots, Philadelphia, born in 1949.
Hmm.
And when you look at his childhood, it seems almost predestined, maybe? His father was a jazz pianist and a lawyer,
Right. Quite the combination.
and his mother a portrait artist. So it was just an environment, brimming with creativity.
Yeah, definitely.
He picked up the clarinet at 6, moved to alto eventually, but it was the tenor sax in high school
Yeah.
that really clicked for him, found its voice.
And what's truly insightful about that early foundation isn't just that he was exposed to music,
Right.
but that he was immersed in this creative household where, like, exploration was encouraged.
Okay.
And that freedom, I really believe, directly fed into his later willingness to just blur all those genre lines.
Makes sense.
And then came 1969, a pivotal year.
Mm.
His move to New York City,
Big move.
huge. And he immediately plunged into that vibrant jazz rock scene, co-founding Dreams with his brother, Randy.
Dreams. Yeah.
And this wasn't just a band, it was a real launch pad. It quickly cemented his reputation as this formidable and dynamic jazz soloist alongside giants like Horace Silver, even then.
And speaking of his brother, Randy, the Brecker Brothers Band, which they co-founded in, 75?
1975, yeah.
They became truly legendary. I mean, they didn't just play jazz fusion.
No.
They kind of redefined it, didn't they? Blending jazz improvisation with funk grooves, rock energy.
Exactly. They put out multiple successful albums, got Grammy nominations, and they even went as far as founding that iconic 7th Avenue South Jazz Club in New York.
Yeah. 7th Avenue South. Wow.
Their sound was it was a revolution for its time, pushing the boundaries of what jazz could be.
Definitely.
And influencing countless musicians who came after them. It wasn't just about mashing genres together. It was creating something new, something cohesive.
Totally.
Then, 1987, Michael launched his solo career with his self-titled debut.
Right. The solo stuff.
And this album was pivotal because it really showcased his innovative use of the electronic wind instrument, the EWI, alongside his sax.
So right from the start of his solo work.
Yeah, setting a new standard.
Yeah.
And he just kept releasing these highly acclaimed albums throughout the 90s and 2000s, always lauded for, the technical mastery, but also that profound emotional depth.
His collaborative spirit was also just incredible. He was seemingly everywhere.
He really was.
The source material highlights names like Herbie Hancock, Metheny, Joni Mitchell, Paul Simon, James Taylor,
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan, Eric Clapton, Billy Joel, Frank Zappa, Bruce Springsteen, Chaka Khan. I mean, the list is just staggering.
Goes on and on.
He was also a core member of Steps Ahead, that fusion group,
Mm-hmm. Steps ahead.
and even played in the Saturday Night Live band for a while.
That's right.
So given that incredible range, that ubiquity, what does it tell us about his approach to music?
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
I think it tells us that while he was deeply rooted in jazz, obviously,
Yeah.
his musical curiosity was just boundless. He wasn't just a session guy, he was a transformative collaborator.
Good way to put it.
He had this rare ability to, like, understand the essence of any musical situation and contribute something uniquely Brecker that fit perfectly.
Without taking over.
Exactly, without overwhelming, without losing his own identity. He had that rare balance of virtuosity and humility that just made him indispensable across so many genres.
And it wasn't just his acoustic playing, as you mentioned. He truly pioneered the electronic wind instrument, the EWI.
Yes, crucial point.
For listeners who might not be familiar, what exactly made his EWI work so revolutionary?
Well, okay, the EWI, at its core, it lets you control synthesized sounds using the breath and fingering of a wind instrument, right?
Okay.
But Michael didn't just play it, he truly mastered it. He used it to create these layered textures, unique pitch bends, sonic landscapes that were just impossible on a traditional sax.
So it wasn't a gimmick.
Not at all. It wasn't a novelty. It was a genuine extension of his musical mind, really pushing the definition of what a saxophonist could do in jazz and way beyond.
Beyond the music, the sources also touch on his personal life, marked by incredible humility, it seems.
Very much so.
Married to Susan, had a son, Sam, and later in life he became a practitioner of Buddhism. Apparently, Buddhist memorial rites were even led by close friends like Herbie Hancock and Wayne Shorter after he passed.
Yeah. And it's his later years, though, that truly underscore his remarkable character and an even deeper facet of his legacy.
Right.
In 2005, he received that devastating diagnosis, myelodysplastic syndrome, or MDS.
MDS.
Yeah, which is a very serious blood disorder. It affects the bone marrow's ability to make healthy blood cells.
And for a performer, especially a wind player, that must have been
Immense physical challenges, yeah. Yet it became a catalyst for something really profound.
It's truly inspiring, actually, how he managed to channel such a profound personal battle into a movement that helped so many people.
It really is.
Despite undergoing an experimental partial stem cell transplant, his health deteriorating, he kept recording. He even performed publicly for the last time in 2006.
Unbelievable courage.
And he became this prominent advocate for bone marrow donor registration, inspiring these global donor drives. His whole battle with MDS and his advocacy, it was documented in that powerful film, More to Live For.
A really important film. He passed away in January 2007 at just 57.
So young.
Way too young. But his final album, Pilgrimage, which he completed while he was gravely ill.
Right, Pilgrimage.
It was released posthumously and won multiple Grammys. It just stands as this powerful testament, not just to his enduring artistry, but his sheer resilience, facing insurmountable odds.
So Michael Brecker's legacy is, well, it's undeniable. He left us with an astounding 15 Grammy Awards, including several posthumous wins.
Yeah.
And he was inducted into the Downbeat Jazz Hall of Fame in 2007.
And beyond the accolades, his courageous fight against MDS and his passionate advocacy for bone marrow donation that inspired thousands to register as donors.
That's incredible impact.
It really speaks to a compassion that went far beyond the music, a deep concern for human life. They even held memorial concerts, the Nearness of You concerts, to support cancer research, carrying on his fight.
Wow.
And to ensure his contributions are never forgotten, the Michael Brecker Archive at William Patterson University meticulously preserves his recordings, manuscripts, instruments, memorabilia.
That's fantastic.
So future generations can learn from his genius.
So Michael Brecker's dual legacy is truly profound, isn't it?
It really is.
On one hand, he's this undisputed jazz legend, renowned for that powerful, instantly recognizable tenor sax tone, and his groundbreaking mastery of the EWI, cementing his lasting influence on modern jazz for, well, generations to come.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the sort of bigger picture, his personal journey, particularly that battle with MDS and his courageous advocacy for bone marrow donation, it really underscores the profound impact one individual can have. His story, immortalized through the Pilgrimage album, the More to Live For documentary, the Michael Brecker Archive.
Right.
It's just a powerful testament to resilience, artistic integrity, and the enduring human spirit.
So here's maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to consider. Beyond all the accolades and the groundbreaking music, what does Michael Brecker's life marked by humility, artistic innovation, and this deeply compassionate spirit teach us? Teach us about finding purpose and leaving a meaningful legacy, especially when you're facing immense challenges. What might his story inspire you to do, whether it's in your own creative pursuits or maybe in supporting causes you believe in?
Some to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Until our next deep dive,